Well, welcome to the Coach's Corner. Hi, I'm Frank Barbahan, and I will be your discipleship coach for this week. We're still talking about Halloween, and I've shared with you that when children are young, they project their concerns, their fears, their fantasies out onto the world around them, including ghosts. But children aren't the only ones to have ghosts. Adults have ghosts. Innumerable adults believe in literal ghosts. In Jesus' time, they thought Jesus was a ghost, but he wasn't. We have television programs that explore animal ghosts and human ghosts or spirits roaming basements and attics. We even have a young man who became wealthy in his ability to connect with ghosts on the other side, called crossing over. His name is John Edwards. But adults don't only believe in literal ghosts. There are other ghosts from his past that they hang on to and project out. In marriages, there are many conflicts in our marriages that are starting from our childhood and the family conflicts that we had as children growing up. That what happens in the relationship is that the spouse triggers us and reminds us of a conflict with one or both of our parents, so we end up projecting onto our spouse one or the other parent, and we end up shadowboxing with our spouse, trying to grab our parent inside of us through our spouse. That's why buttons can get pressed so easily, and it's often what's really behind divorces, and it is typically what's behind spousal and child abuse, that they are shadowboxing with the ghost of their Christmases past. We have cultural ghosts where women spent 7 decades fighting for the right to vote, and you have to ask, what were men seeing in their wives and daughters? Were they not people too who could participate in the politics and the economics of their day? Who were these women to them? We had whites enslaved blacks in this country, and they didn't get to know them as people either. And you wonder, who were these people to them? What fantasies were they projecting onto blacks that made it possible for them to go to church, sing hymns, and come back and beat slaves and use slaves up in their service? And now today, what everyone thinks about the LGBT community with regard to whether their behavior is normal or not normal, whether their behavior is moral or immoral, I'm not commenting on that. But how many reactions are because of fantasies we have of gays and lesbians and the transgendered versus getting to know them and understanding their world and what's driving them? And I have experienced a number of Christians who actually mock, like Caitlyn Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner, and have no interest in trying to understand the forces operating inside of somebody like him as transgendered, as to why in the world he would ever want to change his sexual identity physically. What are the forces operating inside of him that would make him feel like he wants to be a woman? Instead, we project our own fantasies, our own ghost onto these people, and then react to them from there. Dynamically, it's similar to what we've done with blacks and what we have done with women. There are differences, but basically, we're projecting our own ghost onto them. So what we want to do with our children is equip them to get to know people as they really are, to deal with the truth of who people are. All right, if you want to respond, have any questions, feel free to blog or email me at frank@peakperformancediscipleship.com, frank@peakperformancediscipleship.com. See you next week.